Okay, come on. Good evening. Okay, it says we're live, but I don't see it. Okay, good evening. Am I on? Come here. Am I on? Am I on Facebook?
I was looking at it, I ain't see you on. Let me try it again.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. I'm going to end and I'm going to go back into it. So you might have to get back on, okay? You may have to get back on because I'm going to end this and start it again because we're not on.
Okay. You on.
Never mind. My husband said we're on. I don't see it, but he said we're on, so we're going to get started. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith. And I have a very special guest here with me, Mr. Denver Pratt. I'm trying to make sure we don't have any background noise. Okay. All right. Mr. Denver Pratt is not how you start, but how you finish. He's passionate, strong-minded, and a go-getter. These are some of the words that describe Denver Pratt. He is a father, husband, motivational speaker, and minister, and author. Growing up in his environment, he got to see the glamorous lifestyle of the drug game, and due to poor choices he made, ended up behind bars. Denver Pratt is a motivational speaker who impacts and inspires individuals to live their best life. He is the author of the book From Prison to Purpose, a businessman and a mentor to those who are struggling with making the right choices in life. He is an ambassador and a positive role model to young men and is passionate about helping them find their purpose in life. His interests are basketball, shooting pool, traveling, and cooking. He is on a mission to help those who have been incarcerated and prevent those whose potential who can find themselves in trouble with the law. Today, he spends his time helping individuals to rebuild their lives, especially those who need a second chance in life. He believes there are three things everyone should discover in their lifetime. He truly believes that there are three critical discoveries everyone must capture. The first is knowing your true purpose in life, which is an important place to begin. Secondly, knowing your destiny or your identity, which a lot of our young people really don't know. Third thing is discovering your destiny, knowing where you are going to end up. Never believe if you find yourself needing to remind yourself that you're valuable, that you matter, that this season is an opportunity for you to bask in all that you've achieved, you've climbed over, you've run to, that you created. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Denver Pratt to my platform, Build Your Best Life. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm excited, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be sharing the platform with you. And I thank you for inviting me.
I thank you for coming. You have such a wonderful story, and it will encourage. I'm hearing a background noise, so I keep stopping.
Mm.
Your story will encourage others. So I just thank you for coming. Now, is there anything that else that you would like to tell everybody about yourself before we get started?
Well, just to say, Denver Pratt is just someone who is humble, come from humble beginnings, and someone who loved to serve people.
Awesome, awesome. That is a good characteristic to have.
Mm.
Okay. But I'm going to ask you some questions and get your insight and your input because I know it's going to help a lot of people and your parents out there that are listening, educators, please get this information because we need to get it over to our young people. So we've already told everybody about who you are and your purpose, and I think that is great. So based on your testimony, how important is it for young people to understand the consequences of their actions?
Well, Miss Deborah, it's very important for young people to understand the consequences of their actions because number one, if you don't look and see what you're going to do before it happens, then it could be a longing, lasting devastation, or it could have some detrimental impact. So it's very important for young people to understand the consequences. First of all, you want to think about the decisions in life before you make it, not after you make it, and then you decide to say, I shouldn't have done that. So you want to stop and ask yourself a question: Is this is the thing that I want to do before you do it?
Right. So your decisions, are what. So based on our decisions, we know that if they don't stop and think first, that their actions can be devastating, as you said. So
Yeah.
that's why a lot of times I say you need to stop just take that time, stop, take a breath, and think about what it is that you're doing, because
Right.
that can be just horrible.
Right.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I'm just hearing so much background noise. I'm trying to make it
Right.
clear. I'm sorry. Okay, this year has been plagued with COVID-19, political issues with the recent presidential election. We had incidents such as what happened to George Floyd. We had the Black Lives Matter protests, etc. Can you take two or three of these issues and tell us how do you think they could have been handled differently and produce a better outcome?
Mm. Well, Deborah, looking from this point with the general elections, it was pretty interesting to see how it played out. I believe in honesty. I believe in fairness, and also when you look at the George Floyd incident, when I first saw it, I was very disturbed about it. I believe something like that should never happen to nobody. And I'm sure that justice will be served and justice need to be served. One of the things I think might need to happen is they probably need to kind of see how they can revamp the police department and probably come teach them some different ways of tactics and different ways how treat individual, especially those of color. So those are some of the things that I think that need to take place. The Black Lives Matter is really interesting. I understand the reason for all the marches and the protests. I agree with them, but one thing I do believe, and not just the Black Lives Matters, but I think all lives matters, and they do have a voice that needs to be heard.
Right. That's so true. So yes, everyone, everyone that has been made on this earth matters to someone. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. Everybody's lives matter. So,
Right,
and I know it's a free country, so everybody can do what they want to do, but also they need to remember to do it safely. Because I
right,
think, one, they forgot all about COVID when they decided to do the protest. So people
right.
were, out with no mask on, and COVID went rapid again. And then
Hmm.
also people were being harmed that had not done anything to anybody. So
Hmm.
that wasn't right as well. So what happened to George Floyd and others definitely was not right. However, you can't, do an eye for an eye. So you
Right,
didn't hurt the person that hurt him. You hurt somebody else that was harmed. Was guilt free. So
right.
I think people need again to stop and think before they act.
Exactly.
Yeah. So out of those other things, or something I did not mention that you can think of that uh, just the way it was handled uh, was just totally, unnecessary, or it could have been done better. Anything else that you could think of?
Um, Not right now, but those three key is the ones that came to mind that I had an opportunity to watch and from the major networks over in the U.S. So I kind of from time to time listen to hear what they have to say.
All right. Okay. So I'm excited about this question. Now, you have written a book around discovering one's purpose and
Uh-huh.
how important is purpose in life of a person going into the new year. So, your book is, more detailed than that, but how do you think important it is for a person to think about the purpose in their life, before they go into this brand new year.
Yeah, Mr. Smith, when you're talking about the purpose in one life is very important. Purpose is that thing that you were born to do, that God created to for you to do. If you don't discover your purpose, Ms. Smith, you will actually go through life aimlessly. You just go through life just with no plans, nothing. Purpose is that thing that keep you focused. Purpose is that thing that keep you waking up every day to say, this is the reason that God created me on this earth. And it moves you forward, man. It makes you excited. It has a passion. For me, as my purpose is I'm excited when I can make an impact in the lives of young people, when I can make inspire individuals, and when I can encourage individuals. I get excited. So you want to be able to be excited in life, not just go through life and letting the days and the weeks and the months pass you by. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a reason why you exist on this earth. So when you talk about purpose, man, is very important for our young people, especially Ms. Smith, to discover their purpose early in their life so they can now walk in that purpose and be focused and don't let nothing distract them, but they know that whatever come their way, they're going to discover and walk in that purpose, man. So purpose is very, very important going into 2021. We have to know what our purpose is. And one way you discover your purpose, Deborah, is you have to get connected to the one that created you, which is God. And when you connect with him, he would show you and he will let you know what your purpose is. And it's very important that you walk in your purpose, man. It makes you feel and makes you be a better person in life.
All right. Very good. Now, again, talking about this purpose. Now, you wrote this book, and I know it tells about your life and about mistakes and how you can overcome all those. So, can you please tell us about that? Because this is a platform for that. We need to try to let people know, especially our young men, what can happen and how they can overcome that as well.
Yeah, Miss Smith, my book called "From Prison to Purpose," man, is really interesting. How that came about. How I wrote that. I've been incarcerated almost about 10 plus years in the United States for drugs. And it's so strange that God allowed me to discover my purpose in a place of pain, in a place of confinement, in a place where it's designed to break you down. He said, even though you didn't listen to me, I'm going to allow you to go through this because I have a work for you to do. And so many times, Ms. Smith, young individuals, like I said earlier, doesn't stop and take the time to see and ask the question, what is the important choices I'm going to make? So I have made a choice in my life, and that choice was to be involved in the drug game, coming from the inner city in Nassau, Bahamas, where I decided to watch the older guys in my neighborhood involved in the drug game and become a part of it. One of the reasons that I gravitated to those individuals, Ms. Smith, is because I didn't see the right mentor ship in my life. I didn't see no one who really could grab me and say, look here, Denver, this is the way you need to go. Even though I had sisters and brothers who tried their best, coming from a family of 10, being the youngest, my mother was a single parent, and she had to work hard to put food on the table. And she left my life at the age of 12. So now I had an opportunity to dibble and dabble into the street and saw the good and the bad and the ugly. And the the drug dealers became sort of, if you can say, my idols. So I wanted to be like them. I did what they told me to be until I was able to get involved in the drug game, until I was able to go from different levels in the drug game. And it cost me, Miss Smith, 136 months of my life. That means that I was away from the people that I love. I was away from my family. I was away from my fiance at the time, who was expecting our son. And here it is. The young people have to understand, Miss Smith, when you make bad decisions in life, it does not just affect you, it also affects the individuals around you. And these are some of the things that they have to understand. Now, on top of me making a bad decision, that I always learned that God always had a plan for my life. You know, the Bible says the enemy made it think it for evil, but God made it for good. So even though my incarceration, and I call it, was bittersweet, I came out with a purpose. God said, I'm going to use this bad thing and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to use you now so you can now speak into the lives of young men. You can speak into the lives of those that are incarcerated. You can speak into the lives of those who are heading down the same road that I take. And so I really appreciated that I had an opportunity to discover who was Denver in prison, and get shaped and molded and ready to be used by God, man. And our young people have to understand, even though you messed up in life, a failure is not the end of it. Someone told me, Miss Smith, that a failure is part of your success. So don't look at when you fail that is the end. You know, I also told individuals that I had an opportunity to go into the jails and in my country, and I speak to the men behind prison bars on the regular. And I always tell them that, hey, look here, where you is not the end. This is just a chapter in your book. You see, God wants to use you, and great things are going to come out of this. So these are some of the things, Miss Smith, we have to tell our young people when they find themselves making bad choices in life, that this is not the end. All right, you can take that bad and you can turn it around for good. And so this is what I'm trying to do, and writing my book, reaching those individuals, that they can learn from my mistakes, and they can understand about decision making in life, and know when you make a decision, think about it first and before you make that decision, man. So that's the reason, from prison to purpose. Even if I just reach one, I think that it is what God wants me to do, and I hope that the book would speak to some of the young individuals, especially some of our young men, that here is an individual who have made a mistake. God turned his life around, and now he's on the track to make others' life better and encourage others, to inspire them going forward.
That is awesome. Such an awesome story. So the only way that would have been just a horrible, horrible situation. I know it wasn't a good situation, but a horrible situation is if you had not got anything
Right,
out of that, and then what you did get out of it, you weren't willing to share with
right,
others. As I on my platform, I tell people all the time, you have to listen to other
right.
people, because you don't just because I always use the example of baking a cake. So you always had your grandmama's cake and it was really, really good. So you want one, but instead of you calling her and saying, "Hey grandma, how do you make this?" You just go in the kitchen and start throwing things in a bowl. When you
Right,
get a big mess. When you could have just picked up the phone and asked her, and she would have been glad to give you a recipe. So it's the
hmm
same thing. You've been through this, and so instead of saying, "Hey, let me sit down and talk to him instead of just, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm big and I'm bad. I know I can get it done and I won't get caught and blah, blah, blah. Well, he
Right.
said he's been through it. Let me talk to him. So this is
Mhm.
what I want our young people to do. Find someone that you can talk with, you feel comfortable talking to. They will help you.
Right.
Everybody's not against you. Nobody wants to treat you like a child, but there are things that you don't know and they will hurt you in life. I applaud Mr. Pratt. I
Mhm.
mean, he is doing something that is to be just applauded from the beginning. And when time you get up, time you go to bed, it's just excellent that he would take the time to do that. So I just thank you so much for that. So again, tell them the name of that book again and where that they can purchase it, because I mean it's just worth it. So any moms out there or parents, educators, this is
Yeah.
what we need to do is get all this information and get it to our young men.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They can go if you are overseas and or in the United States. You can go on Amazon.com and you can get my book From Prison to Purpose: The Denver Pratt Story. If you in the Bahamas, whether it be the 700 Islands, Nassau, wherever it be, you can get it from me. Just contact me at 448-1675, and I'll be happy to get a copy to you. And it's $10 a piece for the book. I believe it will be a blessing. It will show the young people about my mistakes. It will teach them about learning how to be patient, and to learning how to take a bad and turn it into good. And so and for them to discover what their purpose is in life. So I believe it would be a blessing in the lives, not just for young people, but anybody who picked the book up and say, hey, I want to read this. I think they would get something from the book.
Awesome. That's great. Now, since you have written the book and been going around speaking, is there someone that has actually turned their life around that you are aware of? Because I'm sure sometimes people listen and you don't know, what the outcome was. But is there anybody that you know that you've been able to assist and they thanked you or anything?
It's really funny and strange, Mr. Smith. Like I told you earlier, I had an opportunity to speak to numerous individuals from prison, high school, secondary school, and I don't even know most of their names. But what happened to me as I go about doing my daily work in on the streets, in the food stores, from time to time, someone would just come up to me and say, "Mr. Pratt, do you remember me?" And I would look them dead in the eye and say, "No." And they would tell me remind me where they know me from. Some would be from prison, man, and they'll tell me, "I remember you came in and you spoke a word into my life." Some would be from school, and they say, "Hey, man, you came to our school a particular day and you spoke, and it touched my life." So you never know who life you would be impacting. So I'm just God that sometimes I'm able to just plant a seed, because you never know who life you going to be impacting and changing, or turning around. So I get that from time to time when I go places, and the only thing, Ms. Smith, I give honor to is to God, because He's the one that did the work. He just allowed me to be a vessel to be used to do the work. So I'll always give Him all the honor. I'll always give Him all the glory for what He is doing through me to make lives better in individuals' lives, man. So that's what's up.
Oh, that's great stuff. Uh, because like I tell people a lot of times, people sit around and they look at someone else and they'll say, well, oh, I wish I was them. I wish I had a car like that. I wish I had a house like that. I wish I could
Right.
speak like that person. But you never know why you are coveting after them. Somebody is watching you. Somebody
Right.
is looking at you, wanting to do what you do or be what you are. So, we have to, be careful and always, take that time. When you have opportunities like that, take your time to talk to that person, whatever, because there's someone always watching you and someone that's out there that's always needs help. Because no matter how bad we think we may be off, somebody is worse off than we are. So there's always someone to be helped.
Right. 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 There's always someone to be up, man, and we can never give up on no individual, Mr. Smith, because God never give up on us. And sometimes you'll find that you speak in the lives of individual who you believe may be not listening, but they be listening. All you just got to do is keep planting that seed, and you'll see that seed one day grow up to be something in life, and you look back and say, wow, what an awesome God. And that's what we got to do. We cannot give up on these young people, man. We have to be in their corner. We have to, they have to understand that someone care for them, that even though you make a mistake, you can turn that around, and God still have a work for you to do in life. Sometimes we always talk down to these young people, but we have to kind of build them up. You see what I'm saying? We have to build them up and let them know, hey man, you can be the best and keep on encouraging them and watch them blossom and watch them grow and watch them develop. And you see what I'm saying? They
Right.
they hear about the bad all the time. They need to hear about what they could be. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what we need to be doing moving forward. If you have an opportunity to speak in any of these young people life, encourage them. Don't bring them down. Encourage them. Yeah, they're gonna make some mistakes. We have made some mistakes in our life, and we will be making some mistakes in our lives. So
Yes.
we have to keep encouraging them. Let them know, hey, you've made a mistake. This is the way to go, and keep building them up. And that's who you need in your corner. We need a good mentor, and the young people need good mentorship and a good mentor in their life, so they can understand when they go off course that someone is there now to bring them back so they can be and stay on course.
Yes. That's great. Now, I understand you are working as well with transitional housing as a manager. So I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that you are assisting there as well.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Smith. I have an opportunity to be with a nonprofit organization called Fellowship Bahamas, man, which I was involved for almost several years with them. We go into the prison and speak and teach and encourage the young men, and we also cater to the individual kids from behind bars. Like what we're going to be doing this Christmas, we're going to be giving gifts to those inmates, kids from behind bars, to let them know that this Christmas they can have a smile on their face. We usually do that every year, called Angel Tree, where we give the young kids and we call the parents, and then we give them a gifts, and where we prepare food for them just to make them feel appreciative. Miss Smith, sometimes they feel like they've forgotten. Daddy is not there, mommy is not there behind prison bars. So what we do is try to put a smile on their face. And like I said, I've been with the organization for almost several years, and for the past 2 years, I was elected as the director of the transitional home. The transitional home is a home where we accept individuals that come out from behind prison bars after they finish their time, and we allow them to stay to our facility for about up to about 12 to 18 months so they can get their life in order, and then we allow them to go into society, which they can be a productive citizen in our country, man. And it is very amazing. It's very challenging because we have a lot of young men come to our facility, and you gotta have to work with them. Not all of them come with the same characteristics. So sometimes you have to work with them, and sometimes you have to push certain them even a little further and let them know that we here to help you. We have a facility that sits on about 2 point something acres. We have a capacity to host about 15 individuals, and at this present time we have about 5 to 6 individuals at the home, which the majority of them are working. They take care of the home, they clean up the home, they paint the home. These individuals have jobs. We in the process right now. Ms. Smith is starting a backyard farming where we're going to be able to grow fruits and vegetables, where these guys could not only eat, but where they can prepare the food, and where they'll be able to sell fruits and vegetables to the public at large. We're going to be teaching them how to use computers. We're going to be teaching them small business management. This particular time, we have 5 of them right now is learning how to become an entrepreneur. They are out of a class right now where a local professor of our college is teaching them for free how to become an entrepreneur. So that's very important for them, because Ms. Smith, you know that when you come from behind prison bars and trying to get a job is very challenging because of their record. Some employers don't want to give them no job, so some of them get discouraged and go right back at what they used to. We want to deter that. We want to let them know that if they're serious, not only they can be an employer, but an employee, but they can be an employer, which means they can be their own boss. So we want to teach them, and we're trying to push them in that direction, man. So 2021, we have some great things in store for our organization, where we want to take our organization to another level, and we have an awesome team when it comes to Prison Fellowship Bahamas here.
Oh, that's good stuff. You're doing an awesome job. Very good. I love it. Okay. Can you tell me what 3 things you would advise someone to start doing now to make 2021 an incredible year?
Which 3 things?
Yes.
Okay. I believe one of the 3 things, Ms. Smith, to make 2021 an incredible year is, first, I think they have to set a reasonable goal. You got to set a reasonable goal. Secondly, you need to have someone to be in your corner, like I say, a mentor, to make sure that you strive to reach that goal. And thirdly, I believe that you have to be focused, because there are going to be a lot of distractions that are going to come your way to deter you, to take you off course. But you're going to have to focus and tell yourself, no matter what storms come my way, what obstacles comes my way, I'm going to reach my goal, even if I have to walk, even if I have to crawl, even if I have to going to cry my way, I'm going to reach my goal. So you're going to have, they're going to have to be determined to say, this is the year that it's going to happen. They got to have a strong belief and believe and say, this is the year that they're going to happen. So one is focus, one is mentor, and one is be determined to go forward in 2021.
I love it. Those are 3 great things. So I hope everyone was listening and you sharing this. So someone can listen to this in its entirety. If they weren't on here, this is some good stuff. This is going to help, and that's what we need to help our young people, as well help everybody else so that they can help the young people.
Right.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
I just want to say to our listening audience, man, to not only go and get my book, but go get Mrs. Deborah Smith book. She has an awesome book called Building Your Best Life.
Yes.
I believe it's on Amazon. I don't know how much was the price for it, but go get it on Amazon. It's there and it's available to the public at large. An awesome book. And so we just want to encourage those who are listening, man, that to share this with someone. Go and get some comments about it and reach out and let someone know that Mrs. Deborah Smith and Denver Pratt is on YouTube Live. And we just trying to be encouragement to the young people, and especially to our young men at large.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, I have my book is Build Your Best Life. And it's a book that I wrote out of my passion to help high school age and young adult men to be better, because I know that there are obstacles out there and everyone wants to say that they're all bad, they're all about their life, and that's not true.
Right.
They need a hand up. They need someone to help. They need the mentors. They need to be focused, as Denver has said. So I have those principles in my book, and you can get it on from my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org, or you can get it from Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. But please get it, read it. It will help.
Right.
From prison to purpose.
Ms. Smith, just to share with you, I can remember going through life lately, and there was a story that was told to me about a Texas billionaire, and he had a lavish party, and he threw this party to the back of his house, and he had a pool, two pools, one with dangerous fishes in it, and he made a challenge to the individuals to his party, and he told the individuals that if anybody can swim from one side to his pool to the next, they can have all that he owned. And so what happened, everyone was looking at everyone, trying to find out who's going to be the idiot to jump in this pool to get eaten by all of these dangerous fish. And by their surprise, there was a splash in the pool, and everybody turned to watch the pool, and their individual was swimming in the pool, trying to get to the other side. And everybody was saying this is going to be a bloodbath because he's going to get eaten by all of these dangerous fishes. By the Texas billionaire surprise, the individual swam across the pool, made it to the other side, came out of the pool, and there the Texas billionaire went to greet him and said he's a man of his word. He gave him the keys to everything he owned, and the individual just told the Texas billionaire coming out of the pool exhausted. He told the Texas billionaire, I don't want nothing that you have. All he wants to know was who pushed him into the pool. and so it sounds funny, Ms. Smith, because I say that to say this, and I'm speaking to the young people that is listening right now, that in life, all of us need a push. You see what I'm saying? So we need that push. And going into 2021, we're gonna need someone to push us into our destiny, push us into our purpose, push us into our identity, and that's what was going to be needed when we go into 2021.
Oh, I love it. Everybody put that in the comments. Push. You need somebody to push you.
Exactly.
It's so true. I mean, because people have different personalities or whatever, and they have all this stuff in them, and sometimes they're afraid, like the guy was. Nobody was going to jump in there, but somebody pushed. And when you give people that little push, hey, it's off, and it's just awesome. That's great. Yes. Thank you all out there. You got a lot of people out there pushing. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now this has been great. Now you have, I mean, is there anything else? I don't want to rush you off. Is there anything else that you can tell us that's going to help? Because you've been giving us some good nuggets tonight, I tell you.
Miss Smith, you know, having learned about this pandemic, this COVID-19, I think this COVID-19 teaches us a lot of stuff. One of the things I believe this COVID-19 teaches us is to break out of our comfort zone. Too many of us are still in our comfort zone, and so what happened is this COVID-19 comes to shuffle us, to wake us up, and to let us know that even though that your world became interrupted, the interruption is for your good. It is not for your bad. Because if it didn't come, most of us or some of us was going to stay the same way in our comfort zone doing some things. Now COVID-19 came, and a lot of us had to be creative. We had to find different ways to do different stuff, and we had to deeper, and didn't know we had some of those talents and gifts inside of us. And so we reached down deep and we pulled some of those out of us, and we look at ourselves and say, could I do that? We're going to have to adapt. The change is not going to be easy, but it's going to be for your better. So in 2021, get ready to go to another level. God is going to take us to another level. Anytime you go to another level, you're going to have new devils. So prepare for those haters and the devils that is going to come. But God is getting ready to do some awesome things in our life in 2021.
Yeah. Excuse me. Great. That is great stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, it was wonderful nuggets. Anytime you want to come back, just let me know.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I want to say thank you, Miss Smith, for allowing me to be a part of this platform. I just want to encourage you and let you know the work that you're doing with the young people is very important. I want you to keep on pushing, keep doing what you're doing. There are going to be results. You mightn't see it right off the bat, but down the road, as you keep planting that seed, planting that seed, planting that seed, then you're going to see that seed come to blossom. So again, I want to thank you for just allowing me to be a part of this platform, and I just want to give God all the honor and all the praise and all the glory.
All right. Thank you. Stuff. And thank you, everybody that's on. Curly, I'm glad you got on to YouTube. I see you got on, and Billy. Thank y'all so much. Ashley, David, thank you. And thank you for the tidbit, David. So thank y'all all so much. We have another speaker coming on at 8. You don't want to miss her, Ashley Cotton. She got some good stuff to tell you. So you want to take a quick break, get you something to drink, take a break, and be back at 8. We will be back on. Thank you so much. And for those that can't make it back, as you go on your journey to be the best you, you will run into distractions, rough terrain, and detours. Don't let those negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be the best you so that you can build your best life. Thank you. I hope to see most of you soon. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, Denver.
Thank you very much for having me.
Anytime. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.